Hey there, StarCraft fans! It's Falcon Paladin coming at ya with yet another edition of StarCraft Brood War Remastered! Today it's going to be a match between sSak and Light here on Fighting Spirit. This is ostensibly from 2019. Not entirely sure how true that is, but hey, let's assume that it is. Bottom left-hand corner is the orange Terran player. It is sSak. Holy smokes, check out his Liquipedia page, you guys. Just search sSak Brood War, and you will be in a world of excellence. Man, 80% win rate versus, I want to say, Protoss for this dude. And in the bottom right-hand corner, we have the white Terran player Light, playing under his Smurf name Starmaster, which is a great Smurf name. I like it a lot, Starmaster. It harkens back to the early days of sci-fi in the 60s and 70s, like before Star Wars came out, and there was a lot of just kind of okay science fiction out there, and then Star Wars blew everybody's minds how it did things, and everybody started copying that, and now that's where we are today in 2020. Kind of crazy how a movie from '77 has had such influence on a movie and filmmaking throughout today, and we're still getting new movies in the franchise, which is, it's kind of mind-blowing, to be honest with you. I personally did not enjoy the Rise of Skywalker film. It was not very good. I have a lot of thoughts about it. If you want to hear my thoughts about it, I actually did a whole podcast, an hour long, about this movie with Somicron, my podcast friend. And we didn't have many nice things to say, but just search the Falcon Paladin Hour on your podcast app. And there's one that has Skywalker in the title from back during Christmas time. So go check it out. Subscribe to the podcast if you want. It's a weekly podcast. We've been doing it weekly for a couple years now. It's a lot of fun. Talk about movies and TV shows and books and StarCraft, and highly enjoyable. Check this out, though. We got a proxy barracks coming up from sSak. I'm telling you, this guy's good. He is terrifying. I cast a game between him and Hero back in 2018. Did not fully appreciate who this guy is or what he's capable of. And I need to make up for it, I feel like. Because sSak is good, man. He's really scary. On the other hand, Light, incredibly good at the same time. One of the better Terran players on planet Earth right now. I've got a folder of replays of his from 2016 as well as 2019. So, you know, I like casting him a whole bunch too. So SCV comes in here from sSak. The timing makes a lot of sense. He's going to be like, yes, floating the barracks, yada, yada, yada. I mean, it is going to be basically, eventually, we're going to see a bunch of tanks, and eventually we're going to see wraiths, and probably battle cruisers, and crazy stuff happens in TBT, guys. TBT might be my favorite mirror matchup in Brood War, just because it doesn't make any sense a lot of times. Oh, the Proxy Marine is here. The Proxy Marine is here. And by it doesn't make any sense. I just mean we see crazy things, and it's not as predictable as other matchups can be. Look at the SCV getting... Oh, both the Marines die here with SCV battles on all sides. Kind of like this. The workers are participating in the revolution here. I believe Marks would be extremely happy to see that. Probably Lenin, too. Oh, again, early shot off. SCV's fighting. And, oh, he gets it. SCV gets a kill. 2 kills, actually. Look at this. Hero SCV of the Soviet Union, or whoever the heck this happens to be here. The Dominion, I guess. Or Rainer's Raiders, or whatever. Core Hall. Sons of Core Hall. I guess, is it a question of who the Terrans are back in the early stages of the StarCraft story or in the later stages of the StarCraft story? I don't know. So the proxy is fine. It doesn't do a whole lot. Vulture's out, shuts down whatever the heck was going on there from sSak from that point. Sure seems like sSak's just expanding in the bottom left here on Fighting Spirits. And is there any sign of an expansion here from Light? The answer is no. There is not. He's building a starport, though. He's kind of trying to hide it from scans in this bottom left. I like that a lot. But sSak getting the expansion up, also getting that early aggression out. He's winning on the vulture count at the moment because he's got 2 vultures to the 1 of Light. Oh, just kidding. He's got 2. Light has 2, everyone. Falcon's counting has succeeded eventually once again. Whew, I'm a little bushed, though. Today, one of my brothers got married. One of my 5 brothers got married. And we had another brother get married earlier this year, or last year, late last year. So last calendar year has been a bit insane for marriages. And then his sister's getting married later this year. So Falcon has a lot of family stuff going on, you guys. I have a big family. I don't know if I've talked about that a lot on the channel, but I'm the oldest of 9 children. So there's a lot of stuff going on. Anyway, that was a bit of a win there from sSak. Not game ending by any stretch, but he's going to cruise on up this ramp. Very bravely, by the way. It's kind of scary to do so, but he's going to come in and be like, oh, all right. Well, there was a command center under construction, but not anymore because the SCV building it right away because I would be able to kill it with my grenade launcher here. I mean, it's not officially a grenade launcher, but it's a, what is it called again? Fragmentation grenade. Which, as opposed to like a concussive grenade, right? Where fragmentation grenade is like you're sending little bits of shrapnel out, and a concussive grenade is more about sending just a wave of force out that hurts and kills things. Anyway, a Wraith is out, man. I told you we would see Wraiths in this game. TVT loves a good Wraith. TVT also loves a lot of mech and a ton of tanks. So we're going to see tank lines set up here throughout all the rest of the day. I would be shocked if we see fewer than 40 tanks in this game combined from these players. But yeah, hit the like button if you enjoy seeing a TVT. I figured I'd just cast a ZVZ. Time for another TVT. It's been a while since I've had one of these. They do seem to be well received on the channel. Like certain matchups, like ZVZ, not super well received. Although, go back and watch the 45-minute ZVZ I posted earlier this week because it's bananas. It is one of the craziest things I've ever seen. It's tons of fun. Late game ZVZ. How many of those have you ever seen, huh? Anyway, Wraith can shoot air and ground, so the barracks has nowhere to run. Spider Mines are out here from sSak. And Goliaths are out from sSak, too. Oh. I was going to say, is he not going tank? But he's obviously going tank, because his production tab says tank. It's just maybe not directly 100% to tank here. Some Spider Mines out to cause problems for attacks that Light might toss out against him. Scanning up to see Spider Mines, and they do get that one and the other one too. Very nicely done, but more Spider Mines all along the way. How many scans do you blow? Right? He doesn't know about these. Oh, can I do the thing? No! Sometimes I can't change the vision up here, and sometimes I can. I don't know what the... Oh, hold on. Oh, because there's an observer. Okay. That makes sense. That makes a lot of sense. There we go. Look, if the observer's on, then it sees everything, and then the camera sees everything. Got it. Nailed it. Falcon from downtown. Any upgrades coming in? Nah, no one's going for upgrades quite yet. Not as important as in other matchups to go for the attack upgrades in the TVT. Tank splash and tank range is enough as it is that a +1's not going to make as much of a difference in these particular battles. But siege mode getting started for both players at approximately the same time. Light is ahead on that one. Wraith just probably for scouting purposes. Trying to make sure if a science vessel shows up, it's going to have a bad time, but usually don't see those very early in the TVT either. Faster vulture movement on the way from sSak, which indicates he's going to go for a bunch of vultures, whereas I don't know that Light had much interest in doing that. Interestingly enough, this is a lot of Spider Mines out of sSak. I'm kind of liking it. At the very least, it's going to slow down Light's attempts to move across the map here, and looks like sSak's going to try to take a third on this left side. If he has the resources to do it, he keeps spending on other stuff like more tanks and vultures, which an understandable goal, that's for sure. So let's look at this from Light's perspective. He doesn't know what's going on. He knows there's a Marine down here, so he's going to kill it. I have had requests to do this from time to time, is just kind of look at it from one person's perspective and see what they can see. And this is problematic for Starmaster, I'm going to say. Because he doesn't know. He doesn't know about all the Spider Mines. He doesn't know there's an army setting up just inside this Fog of War, which is what makes Fog of War so great. It's what makes it so great. Jeez, the tanks even siege up, and he has no idea. Alright, well, Wraith's cruising around trying to see what is what here. sSak does start that third base right as the Wraith shows up. And, yep, we're going to try to deny that. That's for sure. Then suddenly, Light says, oh, yeah, okay. There's a whole bunch of tanks just outside here. That's really, really bad news. All right, so the SCV's killed. The Wraith now has 2 kills, one of which is an entire barracks all by himself there, which is great. sSak's got a lead overall in supply. He's got a lead in worker count. He's got a third base coming up on location. I think sSak, just with the contain aspects of what he's doing, is ahead in this game. Both players are just playing exceptionally well, which what else do we expect, honestly, from players of this caliber on the Brood War scene? I don't think we expect anything different, no. Look at these Goliaths holding the line against attempted vulture harass from Light. That's fantastic. Spider Mines of Light are up north. Spider Mines of sSak are down south. And still no sign of a third base from Light. He's in trouble, you guys. Oh, that. Well, that was your attempt at a third base, but that SCV died instantly, so not great. Not very good at all here from Light. He's down economically. He's down overall in total supply and in worker count. I think sSak just kind of outclassing the White Terran player here. I don't know what else to tell you. It's looking really good for sSak, and I don't know that I'd be surprised. I mean, again, Light has an impressive resume of his own over on Wikipedia. sSak, though, monster. Like, monster. Very interested to see what's going to happen in this game in particular. I need to see some, like, TVZs with sSak, other than the one versus Hero that I did. Standing in and fighting is sSak. He waits until his tanks show up. All the tanks are in range, though. And it looks like Light does manage to shove off sSak's attempt at an attack there. Not too bad. I think he took the upper hand in that engagement. He's not down as much in supply anymore after that battle, which is really good. Problem is, third base by sSak is up and running, and Light's third base is sort of under construction. It's about halfway complete. It should be able to complete here. I like the positioning here from Light. Both up at the south, or down at the south and up at the north areas. It just makes sure that Vultures can't do easy run-bys to try to knock this base down. It's really nicely played, actually. Science Vessel on the way from Star Master, which is a step to get towards Battle Cruiser. So that might be where we're going. Again, one of the reasons I like casting TBTs is because we get Battle Cruisers. We don't get it as much. Oh, I forgot. We did cast a TBT featuring Idra against another player recently. That was a lot of fun. There were a lot of BCs in that game, too. Totally forgot about that TBT I cast with Idra. I guess I have different categories in my mind of the elite Brood War players versus the North American, European players of the scene. Because it just seems like the best players for Brood War definitely are all Koreans. Players like Idra, very good, right? Players like Huck, very good. Players like Rhett, very good. But when it comes down to it, the players that win the big-time cups and the big-time tournaments, especially in the last 20 years or so, last 15 years especially, 20 years is like the whole history of Brood War. But the last 20 years or so has definitely been Korean elite talent. So sSak, third base running, got a fourth base under construction. He's just trying to stay that base ahead here today. What is going on back home? A lot of factories, nice little Sim City setup. We got supply depots up the right side for sSak, kind of down here to the south side for Light, and science facility done for both players. We'll see what that turns into here. Whether that just allows for future further upgrades for the players, which again, we're going to want upgrades eventually, although only +1 attack has been done here for sSak at this stage of the game. So it's not like they're going crazy with it at this stage anyway. Yeah, I don't know how Light wins this game. He needs to have a crushing victory of some point. Of some kind at some point, as my brain combines those two. Got a bit of a Vulture versus Vulture attack here. sSak does have better upgrades, which means in a battle against your own unit that you're going to win usually if you have better upgrades than the other unit. Just how it works. I mean, better upgrades matter in most fights, but especially in a mirror versus mirror style. And this is fantastic. He's denying the space. He's setting up tanks, making it hard to even get up here for an easy... This is usually an easy base location for this bottom right-hand spawn location, but no, not today. Not today for Light. So we've got our tank lines set up. This is what everybody loves to see, are the tank lines set up. This reminds people of, I don't know, World War II maybe, when tank lines were mostly the thing. I don't know that we're ever going to see those again, you guys. I kind of feel like the days of conventional warfare are over, where just two giant armies set up across from each other on an open plain and go for it. It doesn't make any sense anymore for a myriad of reasons, but largely the advent of the nuke has a lot to do with that. So top left base for sSak too. This is a textbook example of, as Day 9 used to say, when you're ahead, get more ahead. Is that tank gonna die, or will he be saved by his fellow tanks? The answer is he done. And he gets avenged by his fellow tanks. Okay, so all the vultures that died to make sure that tank died are also toast. I don't know if that was a good trade for sSak, to be honest with you, but he's at 175 supply. I mean, this is just... Alright, I mean, I kind of like this positioning over here. This is positioning really good, too. Oh! sSak's taking this. sSak. He's feeling it. I mean, Light has this space. He's going to take this space. So, and this one too. All right, so both players, never mind. sSak has just basically allowed Light to expand wherever he wants in this diagonal here. So both players are going to have access to 6 bases. Yeah, 6 total bases, with the center technically being the end-all, be-all of bases, with 2 Vespene Geysers and a ton of mineral patches, but nobody ever holds that unless they're, like, really far ahead already, in which case, whatever. Or if they're so far behind, they're desperately trying to take it to get an advantage, and that just means they're probably dead anyway. So it's very rare we've seen this base taken, and it means something in the long run of the game. Not that it never has. It definitely has before. I've definitely had games that it came down to this base was being held, and if it was held, the player won, and if it was not held, the player would die, or would lose the game. Incredible. Just a great match today. I'm really enjoying this so far. If you are too, hit that like button. By the way, sSak with a drop. To end all drops here, he's trying to get in the main base. He's trying to make sure these missile turrets don't come up, or at the very least, they're not a problem for very long. But another line of missile turrets here is here. Light recognizes the threat that those turrets are and decides to pull back a little bit until the tanks can clear this out a bit. There is a drop ship in production in that starport. I think it's going to finish, though. Yeah, it does. Does manage to get out of there as the starport behind it burns to the ground at what was probably an epic cinematic scene when it originally happened. But yeah, this might be one of the more passive TVTs I've ever seen. I mean, not... that is not fair. Most of the TVTs that I cast are pretty passive, especially at this level. There was... I don't remember who it was. There was a game on Sniper Ridge that was just this, basically. Players got their giant tank lines up. Not much stuff died. Eventually, we got up into a mass of wraiths. And then battle cruisers arrived, and then maybe there was some Valkyrie play. I don't know. TVT's a ton of fun. I also had a great game between Mong and TY. That was incredible. If you like TVTs, what I'm trying to say is there's a bunch of those on my channel. And if you want a list, I can probably help you find them. Just let me know in a comment. Again, I read every comment anybody ever makes on any of my videos at any point. So if you want my attention, leaving a comment on a YouTube video is a decent way to get it for sure. Anyway, +2 attack is here for Light, +2 attack is here for sSak. Engagement on the left side here. It's a bit of a threaten by Light, but not really accomplishing much in the long run. The dropships are trying to find ideal places to land. This is beautiful from sSak. He can threaten both of these top right-hand bases that Light is really relying on right now. Oh, I don't know about this. I don't know. All these SCVs are probably dead. I don't think Light can get up this ramp to wipe out these tanks, at least not without losing a ton of his own stuff here. This is a back-breaking maneuver out of sSak right now. He is very patient with the dropships. He didn't drop in a place where it wouldn't be advantageous for him. He finally found a location to do it. And he's going to wipe out 2 bases for the price of 1. How often can you do that? sSak. Making it happen, Captain. Alright, so yeah, losing 2 bases in one fell swoop is really bad. You really, really don't want to experience that if you can absolutely help it. And I don't know that Light could, but still. Does he have an upgrade advantage? That'd be really nice. No, he does not. +3 attack is actually on the way from sSak, and +3 just got started for Light here. So yeah, 2 bases down. I mean, technically, that command center is not dead. So it can be landed fairly easily and, you know, just act like nothing ever happened there. Possibly. Hey, look, another drop. All right, this is just sSak taking it to Light here. He's managed to get up a ton of dropships. He's way more mobile than any Terran mech army like this should ever be. Is he just flying over? He's just flying over Charon Booster Goliath there. That's not entirely great. But yeah, it's 53 SCVs for Light right now. He actually, the responding forces, the cops responding to this bank robbery might actually be able to wipe out the robbers this time. Probably, if I had to guess. Yeah, it sure seems like it. Oh, look at Light though. Light manages to get a high ground advantage. right up here on one of sSak's top left-hand bases, but it's just too much. I think it's just too much damage taken here from Light so far. I don't know how he wins this. sSak is just too good. He's just too... the sneaky mobile. The sneaky mobile play. Where the heck? How did he sneak a Goliath back here? He's got 9 kills. Has he been here the whole time? He's got +3 attack in about 4 seconds, which is going to make him even more dangerous versus these SCVs. Absolutely incredible. I mean, Light is trying to claw his way back into this game. He's down 199 to 168 supply. The +3 attack is done for sSak. There's no such thing at all for Light here. In fairness, Light has reestablished his 3 o'clock. He is still threatening this top left-hand base of sSak, but these 2 bases have never come back for Light. That's huge. Yeah, another huge drop here. The dropship count is just insane right now. 8 dropships, man. I know. You're like, 8 is not a big number, Falcon. Yes, but 8 dropships is Doom drop level in StarCraft 2. You never see 8 dropships. That is crazy. All right, he's going to try to sneak in. There are 3 turrets present, which means he'd probably lose 1 of his dropships, but not all of them. All right, sSak, what are we gonna do? What is our game-ending maneuver here? He's maxed out. He has a giant bank. For a second there, he wasn't even putting his SCVs to work, which seems not ideal. But he doesn't really need to. Again, massive bank here compared to what Light is rolling with. That is a big, big deal in StarCraft in general. If you have a massive bank and your opponent does not, you're going to be in a much better position to rebuild armies. Even if you have a great clash where you lose a ton of stuff, it can definitely work out for you here. They're still trying to go in there, but a lot of tanks popping out just right at that moment for Light. Not good. So just when you're ahead, get more ahead. Don't throw your stuff away. sSak is playing pretty passively here. This is just smart is what it is. It's not overall passive. It's not like he's afraid to go in there if it's a good time to go in there. If he can get in there and get stuff done, he will get stuff done. Don't get me wrong. He will get stuff done. Get her done. Light is coming back here. I mean, we're looking at a 186 supply Light. I don't know if we can take him that lightly. Ha-ha! Man, I saw that pun coming, and I said it anyway. Yeah, good drop on top of those tanks that Light was using to shut down this one base of sSaks that he's been losing today. Anytime SCVs are pulled off the line to try to hold an encroaching tank attack, it's not going to go well for you. That said, the +3 attack is now done for Light. His responding forces are coming up trying to save this base, and it looks like they should be able to. There's not much that sSak can make happen to wipe this out. Center base still not taken by anybody right now. Yeah, as long as these 2 bases are done for Light, I just don't think there's anything he can do to win this game. He's going for the Doom drop now. And there are a bunch of turrets here. We got some Goliaths getting free shots off. Oh no, those are his Goliaths. It's fine. I'm like, why aren't they firing? Ah, right, obviously. They're on the same team. No friendly fire in StarCraft, most of the time anyway. Not automatically. You can tell your units to kill each other, but not generally recommended in a ladder-style game. Here comes the drop, though. What is even happening right now? And then sSak comes in for the counter drop on top of the drop. It is dropception here, ladies and gentlemen. The droppiest of dropception. Yeah, 194 to 146. Bad numbers. Bad numbers for Light. sSak patiently dealing with all of the slings and arrows that come from playing TVT on this map. He's been attacking when it suits him and when it will directly support him. and he has not attacked when it does neither of those things. I'm really shocked neither player has gone for the Master Wraith style here, but you know what? There's so many turrets out, and maybe that's the difference. Maybe the difference is the old school TBT was about Wraiths because nobody got many turrets. But these days, they're so worried about drops that the Wraiths are automatically taken out of the board, right? You can't go for Master Wraith. There are so many turrets around in all the bases. Huh. Also pretty good against battle cruisers, although not as good. I mean, BCs are. Ship plating and ship weapons on the way from SSak here. He has some sort of a plan. The big old drop. The big old drop. Copyrighted SSak. He is kind of kicking butt and taking names here inside the main base. Is he going to supply block Light? He's going to try. A lot of these supply depots are going down. A couple nice volleys. And, yeah, Light is effectively supply blocked. He's trying to push in here at the top. Make something happen while a lot of the army for SSak is down here to the south, but it's 176. There's the supply block on Light. This is it, man. If you can't dislodge these tanks and these Goliaths from your main, you're done. You are supply blocked into next week. Your production facilities are all here. They're taking direct fire. And there's just nowhere Light can go. SSak has set up an impenetrable defense. To the north, to the south, and that's it. Light calls the GG, and SSak is your winner there in 26 minutes and 24 seconds. I don't know what else to say about this game other than what I've just said for the past 26 minutes. SSak was in the lead. He took an early lead. It kind of evened up a little bit for Light here. He was able to expand a whole bunch of times. And then this drop right here. This drop into the top right that simultaneously shut down two bases at once for most of the rest of the game was it. That was it. SSak never lost a base entirely of his own here. Sure, this one got denied for just a little bit, but killing of your opponent's two bases while sort of losing one of your own is not going to be enough. A lot of SCVs died that Light had to reproduce, which is really bad for him. Losing this 3 o'clock base a couple times was an issue that way. Again, and just holding the middle. Just enough tanks and just enough spider mines and enough missile turrets to where it wasn't going to be easy for Light to move across here traditionally. And he didn't really have to worry about attacks on any of these bases at all. So nice job by him. SSak, I'm telling you, this guy, I need to cast more. SSak is what I'm saying here. Is what I'm trying to express through this cast. Oh, boy. All right, let's check out that final score. I know some of you guys like to see it. Hit that like button if you enjoyed the game. I had a good time with it, that's for sure. 197,000 points for SSak. 163 for Light. Both players producing about the same, but the killed here is the big deal. SSak ends up killing about 40 more units than Light was able to. Structures raised about 30 more units than Light was able to. And then gas mined substantially higher. Minerals mined higher. And total spent not nearly as high, but a lot of that. Remember, SSak had a bank at the end of the game that he was able to draw from if necessary, and he wasn't. He was just going to win that thing. Light tapped out. He knew. And SSak is ya winner. Ya winner today. Oh, all right. Well, that right there is going to be it from me. This has been Falcon Paladin coming at you with yet another edition of StarCraft Brood War Remastered. Go ahead, hit that like button, hit that subscribe if you like what you saw and what you heard today. You can also catch me on Twitter, Facebook, Patreon, and Twitch. All at /Falcon Paladin. And until next time, as always, thank you so much for watching, and you take care of yourself.